Hey guys, Sunday Slot Cars here, and today we're going to talk about opening a public track.
Are we now?
So there's two types of people that I think are going to be opening a public track. The first type is super easy, so that's the kind I'm going to go through right now. These are the people who already have a small group and you're just going to look for a small, cheap place for rent. So I want you to think about this. Okay, tell the audience. How much do you think like a flea market rent is? Like you're just going to do it like one day a week with your buds.
So you're telling me to guess when I really know how much they go for. I don't know if
Would you say like around 50 a week is going to be the average? Ballpark, Canadian, like ballpark for most flea markets, about like 50, 75.
Maybe.
So like you got to think about your space. So the reason you do this, you're like, why would you do this? Why would you do this? A lot of people envy our large track. And the truth is that if you just get something with like dirt cheap rent, you can build a pretty large track. I've seen tracks in storage units. People will rent storage units and just build a track in there. Now they finagle it in there and take up too much room in there.
I guess if you think about the premise of the shows where people can hide dead bodies in there. So I guess you can have a track.
I like how we're comparing slot car tracks to dead bodies.
Well,
I mean, you're talking like shock. I mean, how big of a dead body do you think is a large slot car track? I don't know about that. I mean, I guess you could be like somebody like morbidly obese because then you get at least a good amount of width. And then if you stretch out the skin, you get a good amount. I'm getting too in depth with this.
Okay, let's continue.
Okay.
Move along.
Now, for these people, I'm going to say, if you guys are going to start a shop, your club's probably just going to break up. So this is kind of going to go into our second point, but I'm just going to the first point here that, you might be tempted. You're like, well, if we're getting new members, we want to like sell them something. The problem is that some of us who do more work than others, everybody's going to want to cut, even the people who are doing absolutely nothing, and you're just going to fight. You're just going to break it up. But yeah, no, if you're looking to do a public track and you already have a small group of friends, and I want to bring something up too, you might think, well, that's a lot of money. Here's the thing. Most months have 4 weeks in it, right?
Yes, the average is 4.33 weeks, yes.
Okay. So let's say you're paying $50 a week. So you'll have one of each member pay $50 a week. So you rotate. So everybody pays like $50 a month, pretty much. Well, if you take a look at like Magic the Gathering, it costs $15 for a booster draft. So $15 times 4, you're pretty much looking at the cost of renting a space for your track right there. So it's not very expensive, and it's not a big deal you're paying that kind of money for like one night, because getting that 60-foot course, getting that 75-foot course, that's worth that price.
I would have to agree. I've heard of people specifically keep renting out a space for their like clubhouse, essentially just for their friends to hang out, or landlords keeping their garages so they can just have their own space even though they're renting out the rest of the house. So do it, guys, I guess.
So we need people to be spreading the hobby. In order to do that, you need to do that in a public place. We're gonna go to the second type of person now, and this is literally kind of where we fell. Like this is our story. Here's the thing. You think, first off, I'm gonna say the biggest mistake you're gonna make is if you're doing this by yourself. So you yourself are doing this by yourself. If you have just like two people, and you're better off. I mean, not like together. We're together. Our money's together. But you and a buddy, you are better off finding two other people and doing what I said and just renting out a space. Like get two other people, rent out a space. Just keep the club small. Don't really advertise it. You're just doing it with your compadres. When you're doing it by yourself, you're going to hit this problem where you might want to dip your toe in the water. And the problem with that is you're going to learn real quick you need product. I'm going to tell you why you need product. There's two reasons you need product. The first reason you need product, you're not always going to hit your rent if you're just doing rental cars. It can be a bad day out. The weather can be terrible. You'll just think in your head, man, if I was just selling like some sets here, if I sold like 3 sets, I'd have this week's rent. The second reason, and this is going to bug the crap out of you, you're going to show somebody this set. They're going to ask how much. They're going to say, I love it. I'll buy it. And you're going to take it to another website. And you're going to be like, I literally set up the track, did all the work. And now someone else is getting this freaking money and exposure for all the work I did. Okay, So here's the complicated thing. This is how things get really complicated, how this like gets muddied up. Where are you going to rent at this point? So we already established you could not listen to me. You know, there's always a chance I'm wrong and everything, but I'm telling you, you're gonna want product. So are you gonna rent at middle of nowhere where no one's gonna know where you are or want to travel there? Or are you gonna rent in a busy spot but with a heavy amount of rent? You know, like cheap but out of nowhere, or heavy foot traffic with heavy rent? Well, if you're gonna do this more, you know, if you're willing to do this more than once a week, you pretty much have a job at that point. If you're gonna take like heavy foot traffic.
True.
So that's something you got to consider. Like, these are things you got to consider, guys. And also, if you think you're gonna dip your toe in the water, I got news for you. It's take you months to get that product, because it's not instant. It's not like that. No, you gotta set up the distribution. You have to like get cleared for distribution. You gotta work out your finances. Where are you gonna keep the product? You know, smart guy, you're gonna expand. Look at this basement. This basement is huge. This basement was like meant for like a store or something. I'm telling you, that's how big our basement is. If you're in like a smaller home, and you know, I'm talking about like the GTA and stuff. I've seen guys that are crazy, and they have like piles of stuff in their garage, and in their basement, and in their living room. And it's like, are you gonna let it take over your house? Again, you're pretty much opening a business. What's your thought?
It is opening a business. That's exactly what we did. I started off with you just wanting to have a hobby.
Yep.
Led to suddenly, how did that go?
Okay.
Trying to think of like how.
We bought the set, and then I was like, I wanted a slot car track and starter. You're like, you should go ask the flea market about opening a booth. And I was like, oh, okay. And I asked, and then we set up like rentals, and then I realized I need product, and then yeah, like pretty much my whole story here.
Yeah, I know.
It took us 3 months. Although I'm gonna say, if you're American, it'll be a lot faster. It took us 3 months because of how incompetent the Canadian government truly is. It's very the Canadian government's like business administration, whatever it's called, is so terrible. It's unbelievably bad. Like, you can't even get the stupid invoice. Like, sorry, not invoice. You can't get the stupid import number, right? They want you to get an import number. It's the same as your business number. It's literally the same as your business number, but it's two separate numbers.
By the way, I think you're like going off track here.
Oh,
again.
Sorry. Okay. The point is, it's gonna be a tough time getting product. You have to find a way to store the product. You have to go in like every day on certain hours because your customers expect it. You know, you pretty much get yourself a second job. And to most people who just really want to just, you know, a slot car track and maybe just like a small little income boost, it's so complicated. Now, I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just saying you have to be prepared for it. And I don't want to get into the whole can of worms of opening a slot car store, because that's different than opening a slot car track. For some ways, you know what I mean? We're just sticking with the slot car track here. So I guess like the moral of the story is, unless you plan on opening a store yourself, you have the storage, you have the money for it, you know, you're not going to be known, you're going to have to advertise, you're going to have to go to events and stuff. There's so much work.
Is that it?
That's it. So Amanda's going to be in our videos a lot more often, so I hope you enjoyed her. And we will talk to you again. Just kidding. Sunday, -slot-cars.square.space. That's where you buy the product. Make Amanda happy. Give her some new jewelry. Love you. See you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye. Comment, like, subscribe, buy product. Bye-bye.